Alright, welcome to my office. I'm back from Japan, so this hiatus is over. I'm sorry I didn't edit/post anything while I was getting from Japan via Prague to Edinburgh, but I arrived basically yesterday, and since then there has been a horrible cold snap here in Edinburgh, and it's freezing so much that I don't want to do anything. So when I arrived from my trip, there was a whole bunch of little packets and stuff, mostly shopping I did throughout the Cyber Monday, Black Friday period. One of them was a package from Mossery, which is one of my favorite sort of little producers of stationery. I really love supporting them by buying their stuff. I own a whole bunch of their products already, and I'm a fan, so I was looking forward to their traditional Cyber Monday / Black Friday sale event. I think that I got my last year's diary during that event as well, so I was like actively waiting for it this year, because I'm pretty sure they had 20% off on everything, and this year they also gave you like a little gift package. So if you hit, I think, $50, you got a small gift pack, and if you hit 70 or 100, then you would get this large one, which would include a whole bunch of tiny little sort of jotting pads and things like that. I'm gonna show you that in a tiny bit. I didn't originally plan to make this video, but when I opened up my package and I noticed some changes that they've made to the design of the 2018 diary, I thought I will show you, because some of these changes were quite significant to me, and I was not super happy about some of them, but some of them are great. So first of all, I'm gonna show you what it is that I actually ordered. It's these two guys, and this year I went for quite a, you know, sort of sober color palette. These are one of my favorite colors right now, so I was kind of happy that they started doing this simple kind of unpatterned version as well. I think that's especially for the more grown-up of us. I'm probably not one of those people, but I just felt like getting one of the plain ones. Yeah, anyway, if you just want to order one of these for your parents or grandparents, or just someone who, you know, is not a child in their soul anymore, you can get one of these. This one is just a kind of like a notebook. I went for the dotted one because I have a good reason. I would like to at least try to do some bullet journaling, but what you might find interesting is that I didn't actually need to get this, because the 2018 diary schedule book now has a whole kind of part of the inner layout dedicated to something like that. It basically has a whole bunch of pages that I think are, yeah, they're actually grid. This is dotted, and this has a whole bunch of grid pages, so you can do your own bullet journal layout. For starters, I'm just gonna quickly tell you what I got in the free gift packet. First of all, I got a whole bunch of these kind of like gift tags, which might come in handy for Christmas, although, you know, I'm gonna sound like I'm really like unnecessarily anal about this, but blue is not really one of the colors I'm going for this Christmas's color scheme, so maybe next time. As you're gonna see in my vlogs from Japan, I got this Mossery journal as my travel journal, and I was quite glad that Mossery started making these covers. This is the frosted version, which I like better, but in my free gift I got the shiny version, which, you know, I'm just kind of glad to have both kinds and see how they compare. I mean, it's really just a matter of personal aesthetic preference, I think. Either way, I think that the covers are a really nice addition to the whole ensemble of what Mossery makes and sends and, you know, sells. Because first of all, you can use the cover as like an extra pocket in your diary, which is always handy, and if you travel with any of these notebooks, it's really gonna protect it, especially if you have one of the lighter ones like this one. Like if I threw this one into a backpack, it would just get pretty much like insta destroyed. So I think it was a good idea. Also, I like how this particular journal now really goes with my glasses and the reflection of my ring light. I'm sorry for the reflection of my ring light. Unfortunately, it is very dark in Scotland now. It's like 3 p.m. and it's pretty much completely dark outside, so I had to turn the ring light on. Oh, also, all of my lights in my office, like the actual ceiling lights, are broken, so I didn't really have another option. So sorry for this like weird sci-fi action. I'm trying to skew my angle a bit so it's not that bad, but okay. I think that the two things that I like the most in the free gift that I got from Mossery this year is this little notebook, which I think that's, they just give you like a random design. If you noticed on their website, they sell a whole bunch of these, and I've even seen these in Hannah Zachary, the shop where I love shopping in Edinburgh, that sells pins and patches and all that. And then the sticker pack, which is cool. I haven't opened it yet. I think, ooh, it says 3 sheets, 24 designs. So I'm not sure if this is all the designs it has. I think there's actually more. Let's have a look. Okay, so these are really original. I love how these, like, they're so simple, but they really just like scream Mossery to me. I love that. So yeah, you've got these guys, like little sort of emoji and such, and the kitty cats. To you they probably seem bigger than they are, but there's they have quite a lot of like a color bleed over the cutting lines, so they're actually smaller than they seem. It's not the case with these ones, because these ones have like a little white outline, so they don't have to overlap over the cutting line. So here you have like a little kind of hydration reminder. These are more kind of worky travel shop workout. And here's the last one, which you can give someone who you think is the bomb. Also little apples, and I love these thumbs up. I love the design. You probably can't see it, the colors are kind of neon-y, kind of like highlightery, which is great. Again, these colors would go great with this this notebook. Okay, so now what I wanted to tell you about this thing in particular. So some of the changes that happened to the design between last year and this year. First of all, the thing that I noticed the first is that the flippy flap, the cover of the notebook is now kind of lined, and it's much tougher. It's not even like a tough card, or like it's like a really tough card, if you know what I mean. It's just, you can't bend it. It's more like the cover of like a hardbound book. It still has the same boing rubber band. None of this really changed. It still has the embossed logo on the back. 2017 started with the pale blue dot, which is a really nice inspirational I think quote, I guess you could say. It's like a part of a quote, right? By Carl Sagan. Then you have a whole bunch of like inspirational people, which is I love this feature. Plus I love that there's like their own original illustration featured in it, and there's like a two double pages, and you can see that this year they've updated the color scheme and they've updated the list of inspirational people, which makes sense, because why would you buy a new notebook and be inspired by the same people? I mean, you can always look back at the previous people. So here you have some really cool people like Sappho, which was my my favorite poet from like ancient literature. There's Steve Irwin, J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk for all your Mars needs. Oh, and Shigeru Miyamoto, who created Mario. Oh, that's sweet. Yes, so as I mentioned before, if you want to do like kind of like a small version of bullet journaling, if you don't want to go straight up and buy a whole new journal apart from your schedule as a bullet journaling journal. Wow, I say the word journal a lot, but it doesn't matter, at least I'm getting my point across. Yeah, if that's what you're into, this 2018 one actually does have this bit that's just called notes, and there's a whole bunch of pages that are blank and, well, blank, not like paper blank, but there's nothing written on them, there's no layout, just the grid, which is great for bullet journals. This is like a little idea guide, which kind of tells you how to use that part. As you can see here, it shows you have the grid paper and you should put your master plan in it, and there's a whole bunch of ideas. Very cute. Okay, now I mentioned that there was something that I actually did not like about this version of the Mossery planner, and that is the paper quality. Now, thinking about it, I feel like they had to compromise on the paper thickness to create more space for this feature that I mentioned before. But unfortunately, it means that right now the paper is getting quite see-through. If you've ever seen Japanese planners, they tend to have a really thin paper, and I don't like it, and that's why I actually got this, because when I went to Japan I thought at first they're gonna have such a good selection of planners for 2018 and I really planned to get one, but then I actually saw that they all had this crappy paper quality and I just didn't like that. Also, the layout wasn't that great. So part of the reason why I got this was I really like the layout and I'm used to it, and I obviously want to support Mossery as a company, but unfortunately with the paper quality they kind of went back, and you know, they, for a bit, when I opened it up and I looked at the quality of the paper, I was a bit let down and I thought, oh man, I should have bought something in Japan, but you know, it's alright. I think this is still better than buying a Japanese schedule book. I'm gonna have to really look into some like pens that are not too harsh, because in my experience, even in the past Mossery schedule, when I used like a straight up thick gel pen, it would really be, you know, you would really see it through on the other side, which is kind of sad when you're trying to make pretty layouts and things like that. So, you know, if you care about this sort of thing, you might want to think twice about Mossery. The bullet journal one actually has a thicker paper, so that's good. And obviously, if you want the thickest paper possible, you might want to go for their sketchbook, which I have two kinds of. I mean, it's still the same kind, but this is like for my dark side, and this is for my bright side, or this is for my kawaii Japan going side, and this is for my I'm stuck at home and it's -5 degrees side. Yup. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you if you're still trying to decide whether to buy one of these, and I will see you soon with videos from Japan and also some vlogmases.